Well, hello and welcome back. It's the warmest day of the year outside and it's very windy, but I wanted to do a little video. I've got one or two new acquisitions that I haven't bought these. I'll explain as briefly. I mustn't ramble on. I'll explain as quickly as I can. I had a couple come up to me when I was displaying the television, the old Murphy, up at our village hall, and they were quite local. They didn't actually live in the village, but they've got relatives that lived in the village, and they lived in the same locality around here, and they basically said, "Oh, you know, do you buy old radios?" And so I politely said, "Well, you know, not anymore. No, you reach a point in time when you've got too many and you don't know what to do with them." And I explained, you know, I'm not so much a collector. I just enjoy restoring this type of, like, I was explaining more about the television I'd got there. They said, "Oh well, we found we're clearing one of their relatives' house out, and he said there was a big, workshop come garage at this property, and he said we found a couple of old radios and we don't know what to do with them." And it was then the guy that said, to be honest, he said, we were going to take them to the tip. I said, "Oh, don't do that." I said, "I don't buy stuff, but I said, I'll willingly, have stuff. If rather than send it to the tip, if you want to drop it, my house is en route to the tip, basically." I said, "If you want to drop it in sometime, that's up to you." I said, and it'd be most welcome. And I don't sell radios, but if somebody wants this stuff or I want to have a go at restoring it, so be it. They didn't tell me what the sets were. They hadn't got a clue. I thought it might be some, late 50s little set, or even, a 60s set. And I wrote my email address down for him and said, "Look, if you can contact me and, send me an email if you want to drop them in any time to me." And last week passed and didn't hear anything. And then early this week, I got an email from the chap, and he very kindly said, "Look, we'd love you to have these radios, like we told you at the exhibition, we were only going to take them to the tip more than likely. So we'd much rather somebody like you have them and, see what you can do with them." So earlier this week, he dropped them down to me, and these radios were completely free. He didn't want nothing for them, and which was very generous of him. And so I thought I'd show you what I ended up with. And there was me a few weeks ago saying that I wasn't going to have any more old radios, and then two turn up. But there you go. So I've got them outside, and I'll don't know what the light's like out there, and it's very windy, but we'll have a quick look at them and I'll show you them anyway. So here's the first one. And to my utter surprise, it was a Blaupunkt at Sultan. I believe it's a 2320 model, 3D. It's the bigger version. It's the kind of bigger version that I did a video where I chose two radios that I like a lot and did a video about that. And I think it's the next version up, the bigger version of that one. So a very nice set, missing two buttons on the front, which I don't think is going to be too much of a problem. I haven't got the back on it at the moment. We'll turn it round in a minute. All complete apart from the two buttons. A little bit scratched on the, there again, it's very bright out here. A little bit scratched on the, on the top there, but it's been, after all, in a workshop shed. But I think, we can lose that. That'll polish over and cover up, and I hate to strip these. They're too lovely to strip. The plastic, sometimes you find the plastic cracks here and breaks, but on this one it's complete. As I say, we are certainly missing two knobs, but I don't see a lot of issues there. I have to look in my it almost sounds rude, doesn't it, my knob box, and see what we can come up with on that. And I mean, a very nice set. And I think actually this one, I'm probably going to have a go and restore this on the channel and see how we get on with it. And you know, perhaps do some, you know, videos of me trying to get this working. Totally, I haven't plugged it in. It's had its mains lead cut off. I'll turn it round here, but as you can see, it's very dusty. The transformer is a bit rusty, but I don't see a lot of issues. And so there's the wire that's been cut off. I don't think it, you know, that was so I have got the right back with it. Quite usual, sort of unusual tweeters on this. These two little speakers here, they're like Paxilin on hardboard. I turned it, I just happened to lift it up, and nicely stamped on the bottom in ink is a date. It's January 1957. So quite a nice early set as VHF radios go, and I do like these Blaupunkt, and so hopefully we can, you know, probably get this one up and running. And quite an attractive set, a big set. There was me saying, you know, trying to cut down on the big sets, and then these turn up. So that was the Blaupunkt Sultan 2320, and the other set was a total surprise. It's this set here, which is a 1933 or 34 McMichael AC. There again, it's got one or two scratches on the, you know, finish, but overall it's in quite, you know, the speaker fret and the speaker cloth's little hole there in the speaker, but the fret, the Bakelite fret, and that is all, you know, and the knob's all right. I do like McMichael radios, but whether I'm going to, you know, restore that, who knows in time, you know. If we turn it round, there we go. There again, I think this, apparently this one there'd been a bird's nest, a robin got into this workshop, come garage, and it's got rather a lot of, you know, mess in the back there. But that would soon, you know, you'd soon clean that up. So it's all very untouched, just how you like radios. And so I thought for two sets, you know, for free, that were probably, you know, going to be thrown away, that they didn't want them, and they didn't know anybody else that wanted them, and so they basically had to get this stuff emptied out. They didn't want to they'd had several skips, they didn't want to put them in the skips because they didn't know whether they were breaking any rules by putting old electronics in skips, so they were going to take them down to the local recycling centre. So they've come to me instead, and I'm truly grateful. And I love the Blaupunkt. As I say, that's my type of set, and we'll certainly have a go and see if we can't get that running and restore that. So I'll quickly come back inside because it's very bright. The sun is so bright out there, and it's so windy here today and so warm. I think this afternoon it got up to about 33 degrees C. So very, very warm day. As always, I hope you liked that. Thanks very much for watching as always, and thanks for your great comments on all the other videos that I've been posting. And what do you think? Should I have a go at restoring both those sets on the channel? Would anybody like watching that? You know, I might fail, I might succeed. There's no guarantee with this old radios, you know. So that's something to think about anyway. But as always, thanks very much for watching. Please do think about subscribing and like, comment, and we'll see you in a future video. Until then, bye for now.